Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise, get straight to what matters.
That's the plan.
Especially for entrepreneurs. Look, if you're running a business now, or even just thinking about it, you've felt this, right? This promise that it's easier than ever to launch.
Oh, yeah. The tools are everywhere. Websites, e-commerce, social media reach.
Yeah.
It seems so accessible.
Exactly. But then you hit the wall. The reality of 2025, and here's the paradox we really need to unpack. Starting might be easier, technically speaking, but scaling, competing, actually building something sustainable, that feels harder than ever. You're fighting constant pressure, resource scarcity, technology changing at lightning speed.
That contradiction, that's the core of it. It defines the whole landscape for entrepreneurs today. It's not just a feeling, it's a systemic thing.
Right.
And that's exactly why we're doing this deep dive today. We're calling it the agentic revolution, talking about autonomous AI agents.
Okay, agentic revolution. Sounds big.
It is big.
Yeah.
Because these aren't just, neat little tech toys anymore. They're shifting fast. From being a nice to have, a niche advantage, to being absolutely fundamental, like core to whether your business is even viable in 2025.
Wow. Okay. So fundamental.
Yeah. So this isn't about just understanding some tech trend. What we want to do here is give you, the listener, a shortcut, a way to really grasp this critical moment, this inflection point.
And crucially, how these tools can actually help, like tangibly help you work less, scale faster.
And maybe, just maybe, sleep a bit better at night, which, let's be honest, is the dream for most founders.
Definitely. So where did this focus come from?
We actually stumbled across this really fascinating piece, super relevant, in attorney Mitch Jackson's LinkedIn newsletter. It's called the AI, Web3, and Metaverse newsletter.
Oh, Mitch Jackson. Yeah, he's always ahead of the curve on this stuff. Great source.
Absolutely. And what really caught our eye, what makes this timely, is that the article was published just now, July 2025.
So it's fresh thinking, literally the latest perspective.
Exactly. It represents the absolute cutting edge on how AI agents are impacting entrepreneurs right now. So our goal for this deep dive is simple. Distill the most important insights from that piece.
And focus specifically on how these agents can help you, the entrepreneur listening, navigate this year, 2025, and what comes next.
Right. We're aiming for clear, concise, direct. No fluff. Get straight to the point. Arm you with actionable understanding. That's the mission.
And just quickly, before we dive in, if this resonates with you today, if it helps clarify things,
please consider sharing this deep dive. And maybe even share the original article Mitch highlighted on LinkedIn. Share it with your friends, your network.
Yeah, your insights could really help someone else on their own entrepreneurial path.
Definitely worth sharing if it clicks.
Okay, let's do it. Let's unpack this. We've mentioned the paradox, the struggle. Before we get to AI agents as the solution, let's really dig into that struggle, the modern entrepreneurial reality in 2025.
Yeah, because we all feel the grind, but laying it out clearly really helps frame why agents are so transformative.
The article describes it as a journey defined by this constant battle against constraints. You have this powerful pull, right? Innovation, independence. That's why you started.
Your dream.
But the day to day, it's often just grinding against limited resources, intense market pressure, and this huge cognitive load that just sits on your shoulders, the founder's burden.
And it's so important to get that these aren't separate fights. You're not battling cash flow one day, market share the next, and burnout the day after.
Right. They're all connected.
Totally interconnected.
Right.
They form this system, this feedback loop that just crushes you if you let it. It stifles growth. It leads straight to burnout.
It's like trying to grow a plant in terrible soil with no water and pests attacking it constantly.
Exactly. It's the whole environment that's hostile, not just one single problem. And that needs a systemic fix.
And the most universal part of that environment, scarcity. It hits everyone.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just a buzzword. It's the daily question. How do I do more with, well, often with next to nothing?
It's not just about being lean. It's this constant hidden drain on you, on your potential.
Whether it's money, time, skills. You're always trying to hit these huge goals with limited means. Doing more with less isn't a strategy, it's survival.
Let's start with the money, the financial constraints, because that's usually the sharpest pain, right?
It impacts everything, instantly. Take cash flow management. It's not just about spreadsheets, it's the lifeblood.
You miss a payment, everything grinds to a halt.
Exactly. Irregular income, clients paying late. That creates these terrifying gaps. Suddenly you can't cover payroll, or rent or invest that tiny bit you needed for growth.
And the wider economy hasn't helped. That volatility from 2024, it's still echoing.
Big time. The article points out 41% of small business owners are still citing rising supply costs as a major headache in 2025.
41%, that's huge.
It is, and it forces horrible choices. Either your margins get squeezed to nothing or you raise prices and risk losing customers. It's a vice grip.
And finding capital, still tough. Traditional lenders.
Strict criteria, long processes, lots of new ventures just can't get that crucial funding. And managing debt, it's a balancing act. You need it to grow, but too much can cripple you.
It's a constant tightrope. Okay, beyond money, the other huge constraint is just time, your personal capacity.
Hide the time famine. It's real. The data is brutal. Surveys show, 63% of owners work over 50 hours a week?
63%. And that's probably conservative.
Probably.
Oh.
But it's not just the hours, it's how they're spent. That's the killer.
Right. The article breaks it down. Something like 68% of time is spent in the business.
Putting out fires, day-to-day tasks, just keeping the lights on.
And only about 32% working on the business. Strategy, long-term goals, actual innovation.
The stuff that actually grows the business. It gets squeezed out.
It creates what the article calls the tyranny of the urgent.
Perfect phrase. You're just constantly reacting. Interruptions. The average worker gets hit with like 60 a day. Imagine being the founder.
Yeah, it's nonstop. Email deluge, pointless meetings. All these low-value activities just eat up your day.
Leaving almost zero space for that deep, high-level thinking you desperately need to navigate, to grow, to find those breakthroughs.
And then there's the sheer administrative weight. Wearing multiple hats.
Ugh. It sounds noble, but it's often just exhausting. You're CEO, sales, marketing, HR, finance, admin.
All at once.
Yeah. And that admin burden. Accounting, paperwork, navigating regulations, licenses, permits, tax laws, labor laws. It changes constantly.
It's a massive drain, not just on time, but on mental energy, bandwidth.
Exactly. And even if you somehow manage the money and the time, you still face the market gauntlet.
The fight for visibility, for relevance.
Yeah. Getting customers, keeping customers. Acquisition is the engine, but it's hard. Limited market budgets, competing with big established brands.
Who will have huge name recognition and deep pockets.
Right. And keeping customers. Just as vital, but often gets overlooked in the scramble for new ones.
You got to build that brand awareness, that trust from scratch, often.
And stay relevant. That's the innovation treadmill. Relevance just spires so fast these days.
You have to keep tweaking, keep listening to customers, keep innovating. If you stagnate,
you risk market share, you risk team morale even. It's relentless. Staying competitive isn't a one-off project. It's just constant activity.
Disciplined market research, competitive analysis, adapting to inflation, supply chains. It never stops.
Never. And maybe the most overlooked piece of this whole struggle, the one that operates silently in the background.
The cognitive load, the founder's brain drain.
Exactly. It's invisible, but incredibly impactful. Think about the decisions. Constant, nonstop.
From tiny things which email first, to huge strategic pivots, hiring.
Thousands of choices a day. It's a marathon. And that leads directly to decision fatigue.
Where the quality of your choices just degrades over the day. Your mental gas tank runs empty.
Right. And you start making worse decisions. Or avoiding them altogether. Procrastinating on big calls.
Missing opportunities. Or becoming impulsive, just picking the easiest path.
Or worse, decision paralysis. Just completely overwhelmed, unable to choose anything. Frozen.
I've been there. It's a horrible feeling.
And the ultimate cost. The article cites some really sobering stats. One study found 87.7% of small business owners struggle with mental health issues.
Wow. Nearly 90%.
And 34.4% report burnout. Actual burnout. That's the bottom line. It hits your personal life, your health, and absolutely your ability to lead.
So pulling all these threads together, it's not just a list of problems, it's a cycle.
A debilitating feedback loop. That's what the article stresses. Resource scarcity forces you into operational overload.
Which eats your time and mental energy.
Which stops you doing the strategic work needed to get more resources or compete better.
And degrades your decision-making at the same time.
Creating this ceiling on growth, it's a trap. And that's the core problem entrepreneurs in 2025 have to solve. It's not just about working harder.
You need something to break the cycle itself.
Precisely. Any real solution has to fundamentally change that relationship between the founder and the operational demands.
Which brings us back, finally, to the agentic revolution. This is the potential solution the article explores.
Exactly. This new wave of technology, autonomous AI agents, But to use them strategically, we need to get past thinking they're just smarter chatbots or automation scripts.
Okay. So what is an AI agent, really? Let's define it clearly for 2025.
At its heart, an AI agent is an autonomous entity. It's designed to hit specific goals. The formal definition involves perceiving its environment, taking actions on its own to reach those goals, and potentially learning over time.
Okay. Goal-directed autonomous action. That sounds key.
It's the absolute key differentiator. Think about a simple chatbot. It's reactive. You text something, it responds based on rules or patterns.
Right. It waits for input.
An AI agent, it's proactive. It's autonomous. It doesn't just spit out text. It acts. It can plan and execute complex, multi-step tasks with minimal supervision from you.
That's the game changer, the ability to do things independently. So what makes that possible? What are the core parts?
There are basically four key components working together. First, perception, how it senses the digital world.
Like its eyes and ears.
Kind of. It perceives through APIs, databases, system logs, your queries, browsing the web.
Yeah.
That's its input. Second, reasoning and planning. This is the brain, often powered by a large language model, an LLM.
Okay, the LLM helps it think.
Yeah, it's the reasoning engine. It takes a high-level goal, you go like, find me 5 qualified leads in the manufacturing sector, and it breaks that down, decomposes it into smaller logical steps, creates a plan.
So it figures out the how to get to the what.
Exactly. And third, maybe the most transformative bit, action and tool use.
This is where it actually does stuff.
Precisely. It's not trapped in its own code. It interacts with other software. It uses tools, typically APIs, to send emails, update your CRM, query databases, post on social media, real-world digital actions.
That's how it makes an impact. Got it. And the fourth?
Memory and learning. Unlike a chatbot that forgets everything after the conversation, agents can have memory. Short-term, long-term, they retain context.
So they get better. They learn.
They can. They use past interactions to inform future decisions. And through feedback loops, they adapt, they learn, they become more effective for you over time.
Wow. Okay, so it's like building an intelligent digital worker that remembers and improves. How does that autonomy actually function? Give us the simple version.
It all boils down to a fundamental loop. The sense, think, act cycle.
Sense, think, act. Okay.
First, sense. Gather info. What's the current situation? Then think. Process the info, use the reasoning model, decide the next best step towards the goal, then act. Execute that step using its tools.
And it just keeps doing that.
Repeats and repeats. Sense, think, act, observe, decide, do. Until the goal is met. It's a constant feedback loop, always adjusting based on what happened.
Always iterating towards the goal. And you mentioned something about compound AI, not just one big brain.
Right. That's a big evolution. Older AI was often monolithic, one self-contained system. Modern agents are more like orchestrators, or maybe general contractors.
Okay, I like that analogy.
They manage a complex job by calling on specialists. External databases, search tools, maybe other AI models, your company's specific apps.
So they pull in whatever resources they need.
Exactly. This compound approach gives them way more flexibility and power than one giant model could ever have.
And the LLMs we hear so much about, they're the core reasoning part of this.
They're the central hub, yeah. The recent boon in agent capabilities is directly linked to how powerful these LLMs have become. Think of the LLM as the brain, wrapped in code that gives it access to tools and memory.
So the code connects the brain to the hands, basically.
Pretty much. You give it a goal. The LLM makes a plan involving its tools. The wrapper executes the tool calls, feeds the results back to the LLM checks. Did that work? Do I need to adjust the plan? And it continues until the job's done.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, you mentioned a spectrum of agents. Not all are created equal. Can you walk us through the types, maybe link them directly to what an entrepreneur could use them for?
Definitely. They range from simple to incredibly complex. At the basic end, you've got simple reflex agents. Just if-then rules. No memory.
Like a thermostat. If temp X, turn on AC.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For your business, maybe an agent that auto-sends a welcome email the second someone signs up. Simple, immediate reaction. No real thought.
Okay. What's next up the ladder?
Model-based agents. These have an internal model of the world. They remember past states.
Like the robot vacuum mapping the room. It knows where it's been.
Perfect example. For your business, this could be an agent providing customer support. It doesn't just answer one question. It remembers the customer's history, their preferences, so it gives much smarter personalized help.
Ah, okay. So it has context, like a seasoned employee.
Precisely. Then you get to goal-based and utility-based agents. These are more proactive. You give them a goal, they plan a sequence of actions to get there.
Like a GPS finding the fastest route.
That's a goal-based agent. A utility-based one goes a step further. It weighs different outcomes based on utility, desirability, benefit. So the GPS that finds the best balance of speed and fuel efficiency, that's utility-based.
Okay, optimizing for multiple factors.
Right. For your business, imagine an agent planning a marketing campaign, not just sending emails, but optimizing the sequence and ad spend to maximize conversions while minimizing cost. It's making trade-offs.
That's much more strategic. Getting smarter.
Definitely. And then learning agents. These are the ones that actually improve themselves over time.
How?
They experiment, try new actions, see what happens, analyze the feedback, and adjust their strategies for next time. And AI improving its customer service replies based on satisfaction scores. That's a learning agent.
So they get better the longer they work for you.
Which is incredibly powerful for ongoing operations. And finally, the cutting edge. Multi-agent systems, MAS.
Multiple agents working together.
Exactly. Like a human team. Specialized agents collaborating on complex problems too big for one agent alone. Imagine a digital sales team. One agent prospects, one qualifies, one handles follow-ups, all coordinating.
Wow. That's where the really big transformations could happen.
That's what the research suggests. So, okay, putting this all together, what does it mean strategically for you, the entrepreneur listening, right now in 2025?
Yeah, why does knowing these types matter?
Because it creates a new kind of leverage. This ability to act autonomously using tools. It creates scalable digital labor.
Digital labor, okay.
Think about human labor. It scales linearly.
Yeah.
You want double the output, you roughly need double the people, double the cost, double the management.
Really standard scaling.
Digital labor.
Yeah.
Agents. You can duplicate them, run them in parallel, handle massive workloads at near zero marginal cost.
Near zero cost to duplicate. That changes the economics completely.
Fundamentally, it's a new form of scalable capital. It allows tiny, hyper-lean startups to suddenly have the operational capacity of huge organizations. It genuinely levels the playing field.
A small team acting like a giant. That's powerful.
And the key thing to grasp strategically is that tool use threshold we talked about.
The difference between just generating content and actually doing things.
Precisely. Generative AI drafts the email. An AI agent researches the contact, drafts the personalized email, sends it, checks the CRM, schedules the follow-up. It executes the whole workflow because it uses tools, email client, CRM API, calendar.
Got it. The action is the key.
For an entrepreneur, the biggest ROI isn't just task assistance. It's end-to-end process automation. And only agents can deliver that. So the strategic question becomes, can an agent automate this entire workflow?
That distinction really clarifies the potential. Okay, let's get concrete. Where are these agents making a real difference today for entrepreneurs in 2025? How are they tackling those struggles we outlined?
This is where the theory hits the road. Agents are being applied directly to those high friction points, delivering real, measurable results, freeing up capital, time, and that precious cognitive energy.
Let's start with the lifeblood, the revenue engine, sales and marketing. How are agents acting as force multipliers there?
Okay, marketing and content. This is often a huge time sink. Agents are automating vast chunks of it, generating blog posts, product descriptions, social media updates, email campaigns.
The content creation piece.
Yeah, and the article mentions for small businesses already using AI, a massive 91% use it for content generation. But agents go further. They analyze customer data for hyper-personalization at scale. Right message, right person, right time.
Automatically.
Plus, monitoring social media, automating responses 247, keeping that engagement going. It turns marketing from manual tasks into an automated engine.
That sounds incredibly efficient. But are there real numbers? Entrepreneurs need that ROI proof.
Absolutely. The article gives solid examples. A retail giant used an agent for dynamic pricing adjusting based on demand. Competitors cite 22% profit margin increase.
22%, just from pricing.
Yeah. PetSmart used AI for personalized loyalty, offers 22% higher activation. Whoop! The fitness tech company got a 10% increase in upsells via AI personalization.
Those are solid gains.
And that 91% faster content generation. Think of the hours saved for a founder buried in content demands. It's huge.
Okay, content and personalization. What about sales and lead generation? That's always a grind. Prospecting, qualifying.
Notoriously labor-intensive. Agents can automate most of that top-of-funnel work. freeing up human salespeople to actually close.
Wow.
An agent can identify leads from different sources, automatically enrich their contact info, run personalized outreach campaigns, email, follow-ups.
The whole sequence.
The whole sequence. It can even analyze replies, qualify leads based on intent, and if someone's interested, boom, schedules a call right on the salesperson's calendar.
Wow. Turning a slow manual process into an always-on engine.
Exactly. And the ROI. Compelling. Microsoft used intelligent lead scoring with an agent quadrupled their lead to opportunity conversion, 4% to 18%.
Quadrupled.
ACI Corporation saw sales conversions climb from under 5% to 6.5% with AI Assist. And startups. Platforms are deploying teams of autonomous SDR agents, sales development reps, launching entire outbound campaigns in days, drastically cutting prospecting time and cost.
That really does level the field against big sales teams. Okay, moving beyond revenue, what about core operations, internal efficiency, tackling that admin overload?
Big opportunities there too.
Right.
Take customer and IT support. Crucial for retention, but a huge resource drain.
And stressful for founders dealing with unhappy customers.
Right. Agents can be the 24/7 first line. Handling common stuff, password resets, order status, billing questions. They understand intent. Grab the answer from the knowledge base. Resolve it instantly.
So humans only get the complex stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the human agent gets a summary of what the agent already did. Saves time, less frustration. Agents can even coach human phone agents in real-time transcription, sentiment analysis, suggesting responses.
That's amazing. Fewer hours on basic stuff, better support for the tough calls. What's the impact look like?
It's profound. Vodafone's AI virtual assistant boosted first-time resolution from 15% to 60%, increased their net promoter score by 14 points.
60% first-time resolution. That's huge for customer sat.
Huge. Alibaba's agent, Alamy, handled 300 million queries on Singles Day, equivalent to 85,000 human staff.
Mind-boggling scale.
And for smaller businesses, Best Buy cut service expenses by 25%. ADT saw customer satisfaction jump 30% with AI tools. These aren't small improvements.
Definitely not. Okay, back office, finance and admin, the paperwork nightmare zone.
Rope for automation. Agents can automate invoice processing, categorize expenses, help with cash flow forecasting by analyzing sales trends.
That cash flow forecasting, the article said over half of AI using small businesses want that.
Yeah, it's a critical pain point. And the efficiency gains. Dramatic. Meridian Adhesives Group used an agent to classify 32,000 financial transactions in minutes. Previously took weeks.
Weeks to minutes. Okay, that gets your attention.
A global telco processed payments 50% faster, improving cash flow. It directly tackles that admin overload.
What about HR and talent acquisition? Finding good people is so time-consuming.
Incredibly. Agents streamline the whole hiring funnel. Posting jobs, screening resumes based on criteria, evaluating initial responses, even scheduling interviews.
Takes the grunt work out of it.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
Unilever saved 70,000 person-hours a year on interviews and evaluations using AI. Electrolux got an 84% higher application conversion rate and cut time to hire by 70%.
70% faster hiring. That lets you build your team so much quicker.
It means you spend less time sifting, more time actually connecting with the best candidates.
Okay, this is all great for the business functions, but what about the founder themselves? That cognitive load, decision fatigue, the tyranny of the urgent?
Right.
How do agents help there?
This, I think, is maybe the most profound impact. It's not just automating the business, it's automating your workload, directly fighting that invisible burden.
How? Like a personal assistant?
Exactly, the AI executive assistant. Imagine an agent managing your email, triaging, drafting replies in your style, following up automatically, flagging only what really needs your eyes.
Oh man, email alone.
Right. And scheduling. Handling all the back and forth for meetings, checking calendars, sending invites, rescheduling conflicts automatically.
Yeah, it would save hours.
And it goes further. Agents can join meetings, transcribe them, generate concise summaries with clear action items afterwards.
Seriously, meeting summaries, that's gold.
The ROI here isn't just the hours saved, though users report reclaiming over an hour a day just from email. It's preserving your cognitive bandwidth. Offloading thousands of tiny, low-stakes decisions frees up your mental energy for the big stuff.
Fighting decision fatigue directly, that's huge. What about managing projects? Always juggling multiple things.
Yep, the AI project manager. An agent can track tasks, deadlines, responsibilities across tools like Asana, Slack, Trello.
Keeps everything synced.
Sends automated reminders. Compiles daily or weekly status reports. Eliminates those manual check-ins that eat up time.
Reducing the mental load of just trying to remember everything.
Exactly. Better team alignment, faster execution. Because Bottlenecks get flagged automatically, not discovered in a meeting a week later. It's like having a PM who never sleeps or forgets.
Okay, the potential is clearly massive. So for the entrepreneur listening, thinking, okay, I need this, the big question is how do you actually adopt these agents without getting totally lost or breaking the bank? What's the playbook for 2025?
Crucial question. And the good news is it doesn't have to be overwhelming if you approach it systematically. It's a process, an iterative journey, not a big bang.
Gradual is better.
Way better. Allows learning, minimizes risk, builds momentum.
So step one, where do you start?
Step one, define purpose and identify high-value use cases. Don't start with the tech. Start with the business problem. Audit your processes. Where are the biggest bottlenecks? What's repetitive, time-consuming, error-prone?
Find the pain points first.
Those are your prime candidates for high ROI. Don't chase shiny objects. Solve real problems.
Okay, identify the pain. Then what?
Step two, start simple. Resist the urge to build some super complex, do-everything agent right away.
Yeah, easy to get carried away.
Start with one single, well-defined workflow. Example, just qualify inbound leads from your web form. That's it.
Why start small?
Quick wins. Build confidence. You learn valuable lessons you could apply later. Maybe you could even just chain a couple of simple tasks using LLM APIs directly without a full agent framework for these initial steps. Those early successes are vital for momentum.
Quick wins, build confidence, learn. Makes sense. Then comes the tooling decision. Build it yourself or use existing platforms.
Right. Step three, choose the right tools. The build versus buy decision. Two main paths here for entrepreneurs. Path one, building a custom solution.
Hiring engineers, data scientists.
Exactly. Slow, complex, and usually very expensive. The article mentions costs from $50,000 to $100,000.
Okay, that's out of reach for most startups. Instantly.
For most, yes. Which leads to path two, leveraging the no-code ecosystem. This is the practical route for the vast majority in 2025.
No-code platforms.
Yeah, a whole industry has sprung up. Visual interfaces, drag and drop. Lets non-technical people build powerful agents. Dramatically cuts cost and time. Shifts focus from building to configuring. It democratizes agent creation.
That sounds much more feasible. So you've picked a tool, built a simple agent. What's next? It's not set and forget, right?
Definitely not. Step four, test, monitor, and iterate. This is crucial. Deployment is just the start of an ongoing cycle.
How do you test safely?
Start in supervised mode. The agent suggests actions, but a human has to approve before it executes. Lets you validate it safely.
Smart. And monitoring.
Establish KPIs. Key performance indicators. What are you trying to improve? Time saved. Error rates down. Conversions up. Track it. And get feedback constantly from the people using or interacting with the agent. Use that feedback to refine, improve, iterate. It's a continuous loop.
Treat it like any vital business process. Okay, let's dig into that no-code ecosystem more. It sounds like the main path, but it's crowded, confusing. How do you navigate it?
It absolutely is crowded. It's this amazing democratization of tech, empowering citizen developers, people with business knowledge, but not coding skills. But yeah, picking the right platform is tough. It helps to know the main categories.
Okay, what are the main types of no-code agent platforms entrepreneurs should be aware of?
Broadly, three types. First, workflow-based builders. Think platforms like N8N, DiFi, Vellum.
What are they best for?
Orchestrating business processes. Connecting lots of different tools, your CRM, email, project management into one automated workflow. If you need an agent to bridge multiple existing systems, these are strong.
Okay, workflow connectors. What's the second type?
Visual IDEs for multi-agent systems. Platforms like Langflow, Flowwise, these tend to be a bit more technical, even though they're visual.
Not complex stuff.
Yeah, for building systems where multiple specialized agents need to collaborate. Think complex research tasks, deep data analysis, more flexibility, steeper learning curve, maybe.
Multi-agent systems. And the third category?
All-in-one support platforms, like LiveChat or Fini. These are laser-focused on customer support automation.
Just for support chatbots and agents.
Pretty much. Very fast setup, specifically for customer-facing interactions. Often have pre-built actions for common support tasks, scheduling, refunds, etc. If support is your main goal, these are purpose-built.
That's a helpful breakdown. So when you're looking at these, what are the key things to check? How do you choose?
You got to look past the hype. Key criteria: ease of use for your non-technical team, integration capabilities, how many tools can it actually connect to and how deeply, flexibility, can you swap out AI models, scalability, will it grow with you, security and compliance, super important, and obviously the pricing model.
Makes sense. Now, no code sounds easy, almost too easy. Are there hidden traps? Does that simplicity hide complexity?
That's a really sharp question. And yes, absolutely, this is a critical point. No code lowers the technical barrier massively, yeah, but it introduces different challenges.
Like what?
Those intuitive interfaces, they can mask how complex designing a reliable agent system actually is. It's easy to drag and drop a workflow that looks logical, but fails miserably in the real world because maybe the prompts were poorly designed, or the instructions were ambiguous, or it just can't handle unexpected situations, edge cases.
It was easy to build, but maybe easy to build badly.
Exactly. The ease of creation doesn't guarantee quality or reliability.
So this changes the skills needed, right? It's not about coding anymore. What is the critical skill set for an entrepreneur using no-code agents?
Precisely. It shifts dramatically. Success isn't about technical building skills nearly as much as it's about strategic rigor.
Strategic rigor, meaning?
The crucial work happens before you even touch the platform, clearly defining the problem, scoping the use case tightly, thinking through potential failure points in advance, setting clear success metrics.
So the thinking behind the agent is more important than the clicks to build it?
Absolutely. Choosing the platform itself becomes a major strategic decision. You're not just picking a tool, you're picking a partner whose limits affect your business. The best entrepreneurs here will be the ones who vet, test, and manage these systems with discipline, understanding that a simple interface doesn't remove the need for critical oversight.
That's a really powerful insight. It elevates strategy over pure technical skill. Now, with these agents acting autonomously, we have to talk responsibility, trust. How do you build in guardrails for 2025?
Essential conversation. Autonomy is the power, but it demands careful implementation. Deploying these without a strong framework for responsible use, that's asking for trouble, operational, reputational, maybe even legal.
So even aiming for autonomy, humans still need to be involved. How does that work?
Absolutely. It's the human-in-the-loop imperative. For high-stakes decisions, irreversible actions, a human must remain in the loop.
So the agent proposes, the human discloses.
Basically, the agent does the analysis, recommends an action, but needs explicit human approval before hitting go. It's a critical safety net against errors or unintended consequences. Keeps ultimate control with you.
Okay. What about data? Agents need data, often sensitive data. How do you keep that safe?
Data privacy and security are non-negotiable. Agents often need access to company secrets, customer data, so governance is key.
Meaning clear rules.
Clear access controls. Define exactly what data each agent can see and use, nothing more. Ensure everything complies with regulations like GDPR data minimization, purpose limitation. Know what your agents are doing with your info.
And we know AI models can be wrong sometimes, biased even.
Yeah.
How do you manage that risk? Hallucinations.
Right. Need to focus on mitigating inaccuracy and unfairness. Models aren't perfect. They can inherit bias from training data, leading to unfair outcomes. They can hallucinate state incorrect things confidently.
And that function calling hallucination sounds dangerous using the wrong tool.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Imagine it trying to issue a refund when it should just check an order status. So rigorous testing, monitoring, validating agent outputs is crucial. Are they accurate, fair, reliable? This isn't just nice to have. It's about preventing costly mistakes and keeping trust.
Which leads to the big question, accountability and trust. Who's responsible when an autonomous agent messes up?
It's a tough one. Is it the user who configured it? The developer? The platform? You need a clear accountability framework, even if it's challenging to define perfectly right now.
And building trust with employees, with customers.
Transparency is key. Be open about how agents operate, their limits, the safeguards. That's how you build confidence that these systems are working for people, not against them.
Okay. We've covered the struggle, the tech, the applications, the playbook, the guardrails. Let's look ahead now. How are agents truly reimagining the enterprise, especially for entrepreneurs, in 2025 and beyond? This feels like the really exciting part.
It really is. This isn't just about efficiency gains. It's a fundamental architectural shift. How businesses are built, how they operate. It's changing. And for entrepreneurs, this unlocks huge opportunities.
You mentioned hyper-lean enterprises earlier. What does that look like in the future?
Remember the old model. Growth, hiring more people. Linear scaling.
Right. More revenue, more staff.
AI agents break that link.
Right.
That scalable digital labor we talked about.
Yeah.
It enables scaling without mass.
So big impact without a big team.
Exactly. A solo founder, a tiny team, can deploy a digital workforce to handle marketing, sales, support, ops, at a scale previously only possible for massive corporations. This creates these hyper-lean businesses, incredibly agile, capital efficient. It's disruptive.
A small boat with the engine of a battleship? What about the structure inside the business? How does that change?
We're moving towards the agentic AI mesh. It's not one giant AI running everything.
More like a network.
An interconnected mesh of specialized agents. Some you build, some you buy off the shelf. They collaborate to handle complex processes end to end.
Give me an example.
Okay, a customer inquiry comes in. One agent understands the request, another checks the CRM for history, a third checks inventory, a fourth formulates the response and sends it, all working together seamlessly.
Modular, orchestrated, sounds flexible, resilient.
Very. Much more adaptable than a single monolithic system.
And how does this transform actual business models? Can it create totally new ways to make money?
Absolutely. Automating workflows, enabling personalization at scale.
Yeah.
It doesn't just improve old models, it invents new ones. Take hyper-personalization at scale.
We talked about that being hard to execute manually.
Agents remove those limits. They can tailor everything, interactions, products, services, to each individual customer, dynamically, based on their profile, behavior, real-time context.
Like that e-commerce agent example.
Yeah, analyzing browsing, cart, external factors, to make that perfect offer at the perfect time. Every interaction optimized automatically.
That's powerful. What about those really provocative new revenue streams the article hinted at?
This is where it gets really interesting. One model is services as software.
Packaging expertise as an agent.
Exactly. A law firm sells access to its AI agent that interprets specific regulations. A tax firm sells its tax code interpretation agent, expertise, bottled as a subscription service.
Wow, okay. What else?
Industrial agents, embedded in physical equipment, enabling pay-per-use models. The agent monitors usage, unlocks features, triggers maintenance dynamically.
So the machine itself manages its billing and service?
It could be. And maybe even reverse auction marketplaces. AI agents acting for consumers, negotiating with suppliers to get the best deal.
Be just buying from agents.
Yeah. Forcing businesses to rethink pricing entirely, to appeal to these purchasing agents. It flips the script on how value is negotiated.
That's mind-bending. Okay, final piece. How does this reshape work itself, the human AI team? What does this mean for the entrepreneur's job and their team's jobs?
It inevitably reshapes work. Big shift in human skills, as agents take over routine, data-heavy, analytical stuff.
What skills become more valuable for humans?
The article points to a Stanford study. Less demand for pure information processing, more demand for what agents can't easily do. Creativity, complex problem-solving, emotional intelligence, empathy, communication, ethical judgment.
So humans move up the value chain, focusing on uniquely human strengths.
That's the idea. And the entrepreneur's role, it transforms profoundly.
From doer to
chief entrepreneur as orchestrator, managing a blended human-AI workforce.
like conducting an orchestra.
Good analogy. Your key job shifts. Designing and overseeing these agentic systems, setting the strategy, the goals, the ethical guardrails for the AI, and crucially fostering effective collaboration between humans and the digital team members.
So managing the whole system, human and AI.
And a core skill becomes clearly describing a task, delegating it well to an agent, and critically supervising the results. That becomes fundamental management for everyone. You're the architect of this intelligent enterprise.
We have covered so much ground today, but if there's one takeaway from the article, from this discussion,
it's that autonomous AI agents, they aren't just a trend. This is a fundamental, enduring shift in how business works, period.
And for entrepreneurs in 2025, it's both things at once. A massive challenge if you ignore it.
And an absolutely unprecedented opportunity if you embrace it.
The AI natives, as the article calls them, they're already building the next disruptive wave using this stuff.
Ignoring this. It's a strategic risk most small businesses just can't afford. The advantages in efficiency, scale, personalization, they're too big.
But embracing it isn't just about buying a tool.
No, it requires a whole new way of thinking, reimagining your workflows with agents built in from the start, committing to building new human skills, and doing it all with a disciplined, responsible, ethical approach.
The time for just dipping your toe in cautious experiments, that window is closing fast.
We're moving into broad adoption now. Agent-centric business design is becoming the norm, not the exception.
So the final thought we want to leave you with is this. The entrepreneurs who win in the next decade, they'll be the ones who decisively grab this new paradigm, who build these lean, agile, intelligent businesses.
The future of work really is this human-AI partnership. And you, the agentic entrepreneur, You get to be its architect.
So if this deep dive hit home, if it sparks some ideas,
please share it. Share the original article from Mitch Jackson's newsletter on LinkedIn too. Help spread the word. Your insights might be exactly what another entrepreneur needs right now.
Thanks for joining us for the deep dive.